Welcome to the Tantra and Yoga podcast. These podcasts are recorded live at Anutara Ashram with Artemis and Bhairav in the Nishka Nation of northern BC, Canada. They bring clarity to some of the fundamental questions by spiritual seekers along the path of awakening.
Great question. Is enlightenment just a continuous silence, a pure awareness of the void? So again, the question is enlightenment just a continuous silence, a pure awareness of the void?
Those could be made into statements if you take the is off.
Enlightenment is just a continuous silence, a pure awareness of the void. I want to say yes and no to this, though. I have to say yes and no to this. This practice of self-inquiry that we've been working with, it's a tool that can bring us to know ourselves as the witness, and even as that which is beyond the witness. So I don't want to take too many steps here, but I can speak about my own journey. This is the easiest way. So through self-inquiry, I came to find the void, let's put it that way. I came to find deep silence. And there was a time in my life where I became obsessed with it. I thought that I needed to stay in this place where there was no world. And that once I managed to keep that place, then it would be like KO, there would be a finish line, it would be done. But I was blessed enough to meet, by chance, one time only, a tantric master traveling through Rishikesh. And I told this to him, I can't seem to make the silence and the void stay. I keep tasting it, but then all of a sudden I become aware of my body again, or I become aware of thoughts again, and I was seeing the world as a problem. And through his guidance, he directed me towards seeing that silence and that void is here as well. So in the same way that I spoke about this floor seemingly being condensed, but actually being made up of the same thing that my voice is made up of, that the sound of the rain, that your body is made up of, that your thoughts are made up of, that it's all coming from the same source. It's coming from that infinite, silent void, if you will. And so then there becomes a melting, let's say, of world and silence. It's helpful for a time to seek the silence because we're so obsessed and distracted by and pulled into the world of duality. And then through inquiry, we come to the truth of our being, and then we turn back towards the world and recognize ourselves in everything and everywhere. This being is asking, is it just a continuous silence? In a sense, yes. But in the same way that we were speaking earlier about silence with a little s and silence with a big S, it's a continuous silence with a big S. And so just to remind us, silence with a little s is just turning off your phone, is just quieting the external situation. Silence with a big S can be in the middle of the loudest, kirtan concert, or in the middle of a fight with your lover, in the middle of all experiences. I don't need to list them all. Every experience, silence with a big S can also exist there. The void is where it springs out of and where it comes back to. Just in the pointings that I was bringing last night as well, this infinite consciousness is like an ocean. And when we dive down deep, we find the silence. And then when we're near the surface, it seems choppy and like there's all kinds of separate waves. But in actuality, they're one ocean. So is enlightenment just a continuous silence, a pure awareness of the void? In a sense, yes, but there's also vibrancy. There's nothingness, but there's also everythingness. And they're one and the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, often in the earlier forms of Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, there was a focus on that emptiness. Same thing in yoga, a focus on that emptiness. And then as the traditions, because they came from India, yoga is based upon Buddhism actually. As the traditions kind of moved forward, they also realized that something needed to be said about the fullness as well, which is where Tantra came along, and then Tantra actually also merged into Buddhism as well, and into Hindu thought. So yeah, the void, but also the void, the empty, but also the vibrancy at the same time.
Thank you for joining us in our Q&A for today. If you'd like to continue on your path of Tantra and Yoga, be sure to visit the description of this podcast, where you'll find a link to a free Tantra course on mantra meditation, an in-depth Tantra meditation course, our community membership, as well as our teacher trainings. We have 200, 300, and 500-hour certified Yoga Alliance trainings that blend traditional and contemporary methods so that you can learn and teach authentic yoga in the modern world. We hope to see you at our school. Hari Om.